Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz. This is the limited all-wheel drive. It's finished off in sage gray, and the limited start right around $44,000. So we have a really nice SUV basically with that pickup on the back of it. And we'll start off with what this is powered by. Underneath the hood, you will find the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo. This is also paired to the 8-speed dual clutch automatic. Pumps out 281 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. This will do 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Top speed is also 133 miles an hour. And as far as ground clearance goes, you're looking at 8.6 inches. Now for the 25-year model, there are some slight updates compared to the previous model. We do have a new front fascia, where you'll notice the very large Hyundai badge. There's a forward-facing camera, and then integrated into this grille are the DRLs. You'll notice that the turn signal and the headlights and high beams are the lower housings, and then you have that lighting within the grille. There's also some brushed chrome accents located throughout, a sensor for distance pacing, and then several cutouts in that lower section, and some nice lines that come down the hood. Now this model also has a really nice set of two-tone wheels, and you'll notice the plastic fender flares also have a very small Santa Cruz logo with some nice patterns that run throughout it. And that also works its way to the lower side skirts. Now this also has a camera and a turn signal on the side mirrors. There's a sunroof up top along with the roof racks, and then window trim is blacked out. There's also some really nice lines that flow down the side. Now in back, you'll notice Santa Cruz stamped in that tailgate. There's also steps in the bumper here too, so that way you can easily enter and exit the bed there. Now with the towing package, this can tow around 5,000 pounds. There's also the exhaust tucked up underneath on that passenger side, LEDs for all of the lighting, and then you'll notice Hyundai in this brushed accent. Now this does have a soft opening tailgate there, and this particular model does have this factory installed cover. This can support about 400 pounds from what I have read. Just give it a good push, and that is how you can open this up. Now, this is much smaller than even a mid-size pickup truck bed, so you may not be able to fit in some longer items, but this is going to be a little bit more beneficial than an enclosed SUV. So if you have some larger items, odd-shaped items, you could place them in the back of this. There's also a little bit of storage underneath the floor where there is a drain plug, so you could throw in some wet items if needed. And then you do have some storage bins, some tie-down hooks, and then this helpful strap where you can just pull this all the way back, latch it into place, and then close the tailgate from there. So if you're looking for an SUV with the driving capabilities, but you also want some practicality of a pickup, you have a pretty good blend with this smaller option here. Now for the door panel, this has a really nice two-tone design to it. It is missing some storage in the lower section. There is a cup holder in it, however, and then you have the grab handle there too. Now, for this smaller vehicle, you actually have a storage bin that goes across the back seats. So that is going to give you a lot more interior space, which is nice to see. And at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's storage nets, there's vents and auxiliaries. I have maybe 3 inches or so of headroom, so it's not all that bad. For this smaller vehicle, full-size adults can fit in the back. There's also the manual sliding rear glass. So pretty spacious for its sizing, which is nice to see. Now there's memory seats up front, all of your window controls, side mirror adjustments, and then storage in that lower section. And there's also a power operating driver's seat here. It's also very easy to enter and exit, as you would expect for basically an SUV. Really nice design for the steering wheel with paddle shifters on both sides. There's mode, voice commands, volume and tuning, even a favorites icon too, so that way you can use that on the steering wheel and then set that up to your liking. So you can go through all of that information and set it up as needed. Now on this left side, there's cruise control settings, lane keeping assist, and then you do have some information that you can scroll through within this gauge cluster. Not a whole lot, but you have some daily driving information here that you can monitor as needed. Now to the left, there's a dimmer switch. There's also a bed light, traction control, a tow mode there, one air vent, and then you have this panel here, which is blank. Would be nice to see some functions there. But as we work our way to the infotainment system, some of the changes include the separated screen for all of the climate, so it's much easier to go through all this information. There's also physical controls for the infotainment system, and it's also touchscreen, of course, so you can use that as needed. You can quickly pull up the map, get into your audio. There's even a setup control to go through all this information. And then you can pull up Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and go through all of that information too. There's volume and tuning, and then your fan speed, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, temperature adjustments. Everything is laid out incredibly well. There's several auxiliaries down below, including wireless charging. There's cup holders too. And then with this in reverse, you have a lot of angles that you can go through. And then there's that top-down view on the right. You can also bring this up in full screen. If I put it into drive, now we can go through those same angles with the forward-facing camera, and there's also the 360 view too. Now, another helpful camera system is with the turn signal. So this will help you in merging situations, and you can see what is to the left and to the right. Now, you can also shift with the shifter or with those paddles, and there's a few different driving modes. So you can go through these as needed. Now there's also a center locking differential, a downhill assist, auto hold in the e-brake, and a shortcut to the camera system. You'll notice a little bit of storage in the armrest. There's also storage in the glove box and above it for your passenger. And then there's garage door buttons up top, dome lights, and controls for the sunroof. The sunshade is manual adjusting. And then basically for a pickup truck, you really don't have any blind spots since the glass is right there behind you. And then still in sport mode, second gear, pedal to the floor. Not all that bad. This definitely has a good bit of get up and go to it. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 25 Hyundai Santa Cruz. I do want to talk briefly about towing because this model has the tow control on the left, but there's no hitch installed. With the factory hitch, the rating from Hyundai is about 5,000 pounds. I would say realistically, 3,500, maybe 4,000 is going to be enough for this 4-cylinder turbo. So if you are doing some adventures and you have a small trailer, maybe you're hauling some dirt bikes or something in that trailer, this is something that can do that. So if you have some lighter trailers, you will still have a practical vehicle for those situations. But again, very nice to drive. One thing that separates this from other pickups, as the two that you can see, we have a lot more performance with the one currently in front of us, but this is going to handle pretty decently for this type of vehicle. Since it's lower than a normal Hyundai SUV like that, a lower center of gravity, it handled those with ease. So if you're looking for a vehicle that, not something you're going to take out on some back mountain roads for some cornering, but if you want something that'll be confident around some turns like this at a normal rate of speed, there's really not much body roll, if any. So it can handle these very well, and it just gives you a nice, comfortable vehicle to drive. So I do know some people who have some pickups like this or similar to this, where we have the unibody construction to provide it with a smoother ride, 4-wheel independent suspension too. It's still something that is perfect for those types of buyers. So if you're not looking for maybe that rugged pickup truck, something large, something that'll go through gas or whatever it may be, just depends on your life activities and what you're looking for. Perfect option right here from Hyundai. So it's nice that they have dipped their toes into that market. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.